County, Philip Dube. And Philip, before I get to our first comment, there's someone we all know and love, the beloved host of Closing Arguments, the show right after this one, Vinny Politan. He had thoughts on this verdict. Let's take a quick look at that.
That's all it is. That's all it is. It's a slap on the wrist.
Oh, don't you just love Vinny? I mean, that's what it is. It's a slap on the wrist. All right, let's go to our first comment. It comes from Kristen Elliott, and Kristen says she got off too lightly. Ben deserved far better. And again, I'll say it again, Philip, I think Ben was someone that was forgotten throughout this trial. I thought that the state could have done a better job of reminding folks who this guy was, what he had accomplished, and just how people felt about him. I think that would have went a long way.
Yeah, but you got to remember the starting point was you have a guy with a creepy snake reptile business. You know, it's not like somebody who had a shelter for, kitten rescues and golden retrievers. It's the most loathsome creatures on the planet. Nobody wants to be in the vicinity of snakes, cobras, and pythons, So I think that had a lot to do with it. They should have done a little spark of life testimony on him to really humanize him and show that he really did have a lot to live for and that he got snuffed out by an avaricious, shrewd wife. Yeah,
there was a little bit of testimony from Lynn Lee herself talking about what a gift he had with the snakes. And again, I thought, and I agree with you, the snake thing, people might look at it the wrong way, but I thought you could have changed their mind, brought in the fact that, this might not be, everybody's cup of tea, but this guy really had a gift for this thing. And that's why he was able to become a millionaire selling snakes. Just think about that. Who would have ever thunk of it? All right, our next viewer writes, wow, what a travesty and how scary. She killed him in cold blood for money, and she only gets 16 years. Sickening. This jury, when they brought their questions back, Philip, one of the ones they wanted to see was regarding that life insurance policy, whether it actually went to her or went into a trust for the daughter. So they were looking into motive and all those things. We know the state doesn't have to prove motive, but certainly that was a big part of their case. And again, they just somehow figured that she didn't benefit, and what appeared to be a cold-blooded killer was actually not that.
Well, when you think about it, his net worth was $2.2 million, $1 million in life insurance and 1.2 in the snake business. So they probably discounted the motive by $1 million, thinking, well, that money was probably going to go into a trust for their daughter, Amelia. So really, she only had $1.2 million to kill. And for whatever reason, they split the baby, gave her second degree, and recommended 13 years.
Yeah, and I think that's exactly what I did. I think there were some people in there on one side, maybe some on the other, and they split the baby there and came up with that second degree. It's the only thing. The only difference between first degree and second degree in Missouri is premeditation. So they thought she didn't premeditate it. All right, our next comment comes from Jared King. Jared writes, I think it was just a sentence. 16 years of her life will be spent in prison, and she will have to think about the choices that she made. All right, fair enough. 16 years is nothing to sneeze at, but you could see her thanking the jury, and you could see the face of the defense attorney. They looked very pleased by what this jury decided.
It was a tremendous victory. But, make no mistake about it, Michael and viewers, 16 years is still a hard time.
Yes, it is.
In the United States, we have some of the most draconian sentences in the world. Mm-hmm. You go to Europe and kill, nobody gets 16 years. I was in Macedonia a few years ago doing a training. So they get like 8, 9 years for a murder. But to them, it blows their mind. You mean you're taking my liberty away for 10 years? So it's all relative.
All right. Well, I want to thank you so much, Philip Dube, for joining me tonight. Truly appreciate it. Our time is up. We'll see you again soon, I am sure.